Alphabet Group 1. My name is Liao Ziting Kuna.
My name is Wu Zhirou Rou.
My name is Zhang Xuchen Dora.
Today our presentation is about meeting consultation. We will divide our presentation into 7 parts. I am in charge of the introduction. Then Zoe will talk about warming up. Next, Dora and I will have a conversation of venue booking. Then, Dora and I will also discuss group questions. Then, all of us will talk about the 4 scenarios of Activity 1. Then, Dora will conclude our presentation. And in the end, Zoe and I will talk about the inside story of our presentation. Now, let's welcome Zoe to talk about warming up.
I would like to introduce the warming up section. The page number is number 8. And before we reserve the meeting room, there are many options, so we have to know how to choose the appropriate meeting room. And that depends on different venues. And there are 6 types of meeting room, including theater, classroom, U-shaped room, boardroom, reception, and banquet. And there are 3 similar meeting setup styles, like theater and classroom, U-shaped room and boardroom, reception, and banquet. Now, let's move on to see their features. First, I would like to talk about theater and classroom. Theater and classroom seats both face toward the front of the room. And the differences between theater and classroom are theater doesn't provide the writing space, but classroom provide writing space for each person. And theater is usually for speech events, but classroom is usually for lectures. Next, I would like to talk about U-shaped room and boardroom. U-shaped room and boardroom both provide good interaction between participants, so they are the appropriate room for discussion. And the difference between U-shaped room and boardroom is U-shaped room tables set in the later of U, and the boardroom table is rectangular. And in the last part, I would like to talk about reception and banquet. Reception and banquet both provide meal service, and the difference between reception and banquet is reception has cocktail tables throughout the room and banquet doesn't. Now you know the 6 types of meeting room. Next, Dora and Quina will have conversation about booking venue. The scenario is Quina's company is going to hold an international meeting, and she wants to know the information about booking venue.
Good morning. This is Sunshine Village Hotel. How may I direct your call?
Yes, this is Holiday Travel Agency. I would like to speak with someone who can explain to me their meeting facilities.
I can assist you with that inquiry, madam. We have a total of 20 rooms for banquets, meetings, lectures, and seminars.
I think I would need a large room for an international business meeting.
What is your estimated number of participants? Our biggest banquet room can accommodate up to 350 people.
I think there will be plenty. We will only have around 60 in attendance.
The capacity depends on the seating arrangement as well. We have a theater, classroom, cabaret, U-shaped room, boardroom, and banquet settings.
My company would prefer U-shaped seating.
I see. With a U-shaped arrangement, I would recommend that you book our largest room for 60 people.
Alright, may I proceed to book the meeting right now? The date we need is...
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, madam. Our meeting facilities cannot be booked by phone. We only provide online booking.
Oh, I see. I have your hotel's website address. Can I find a link for online booking on the homepage of your website?
Yes, madam. Please go to the link for events and meetings, and then request registration. You can find a request form there.
So, do I just fill out the form, submit it online, and you will make the room arrangement for me?
As long as no other parties reserve the room for the same date, it will be no problem. Please do make sure to fill out the form in detail, and our sales representative will will contact you shortly to discuss the detail of your reservation with you.
Okay, thank you for the information.
My pleasure. Have a nice day.
So this is the conversation about booking venue. Now, let me give the floor to Dora to discuss questions.
In the conversation, we talked about how to book a meeting room. And remember, make sure the date is correct. And the capacity of meeting room is also important. So you have to estimate the maximum number of your participants before booking the meeting room. In the next part, we will discuss 2 questions. If you can answer the question, please raise your hands. With question 1, to ensure that your meeting flows without disruptions, you should make sure that you have all the office supplies you need in the meeting room. So now try to think about what equipment might be required in a meeting room to help your meeting go smoothly. Computer, a laptop, correct. Okay, anyone answer the question? Speakers, correct. Okay, thanks for your answers. Here I want to show you a checklist to ensure that you have the most important meeting supplies in a meeting room. A podium.
Could you ask them to repeat all the words? Those are very important words.
Podium.
Podium.
Digital projector.
Digital projector,
Projection screen.
projection screen,
Laser pointer.
laser pointer,
Conference phone.
conference phone,
Microphones.
microphones,
Extension cord.
extension cord,
A laptop.
a laptop,
Laptop remote control.
laptop remote control,
Whiteboard.
whiteboard,
Whiteboard eraser.
whiteboard eraser,
Marker.
marker,
And loudspeakers.
loudspeakers.
Thank you. Now let me give the floor to Quina to discuss question 2.
Thank you, Dora. Now I'm going to talk about question 2. What are some technical problems that one may encounter in a meeting? And how can this situation be avoided? It is very frustrating and terrible when we facing technical problems, right? For instance, we may have poor Wi-Fi connections, or if we are having a meeting outside the company, we may be not familiar with the facilities. But don't worry about that. Here are some solutions you can choose. First, and the most important thing is you should stay calm. And you can also use an assistant to help you deal with these problems. And you can also have backup plans if your computer doesn't work. For example, you can prepare handouts of your PowerPoint, or you can give audiences a 10-minute or 5-minute break so that you can fix out the technical problems. And the most important thing is having a practice before to avoid facing technical problems during the meeting. Now I would like to give the floor to Dora and Zoe to talk about activity 1.
In this part, Zoe and I will have a conversation of scenario 1 and show you how to fill out the request form. So now let's see the scenario together.
AE Company is holding an international meeting where important business partners will join and discuss future directions. We want everyone to have an equal chance to express their opinions. We are expecting around 30 participants, and the meeting is expected to last a full day.
Good morning, this is Lai Lai Hotel. How may I help you?
Yes, this is AE Company. I would like to reserve a room for international meeting on September 18th.
Sorry to interrupt, but do you have PowerPoint for this one?
I can assist you with that inquiry. What is your estimated number of participants?
We will only have around 30 in attendance. Besides, we want everyone to have a flow.
I see. We have a theater, classroom, U-shaped room, and boardroom.
My company will prefer U-shaped room.
Alright. Do you have any other special request?
Oh yes, we might need some refreshment for our guests because our meeting is expected to have a full day.
I see. We will prepare all the facilities and refreshments in advance after receiving your online booking.
Okay, thank you for the information.
It's my pleasure. Have a nice day.
And according the conversation, they fill out the form together. The scenario is AE company is holding an international meeting with their business partners to discuss future directions. And the date will be September 18th, 2018. And the name of the company is AE company. And the event type is international meeting. And the table arrangement type is U-shaped room. And the number of people is 40. And the number of room is second large meeting room. And a special request is prepare refreshment. Now, let me give a floor to Quina.
Now we have known the conversation of venue booking. So now we are going to talk about the other three scenarios. Here is the request form, and there are 4 blanks I would like you to answer. So please listen to our scenarios very carefully. And also you can turn to page 12 to see the table, then you can answer our question. The scenario is AE Mega Company is introducing a new product to the market in the fashion of a press conference. More than 300 people will come, including special guests and reporters for the mass media. So now let's fill out the form together. The scenario is that AE Mega Company is introducing new product in the press conference, and the date is September 18th, 2018. The name of the company is AE Mega Company. The event type will be a press conference. So now, does anyone know the answer of table arrangement type? You can turn to page 12 and then check out the answer. The correct answer is reception.
You can ask anyone, pick up anyone to answer your question. You're entitled to do that.
Gigi, reception. Yes, the correct answer is reception. And how about the number of people? We just mentioned it in the scenario.
More than 300.
Yes, the correct answer is more than 300 people. And now how about the number of rooms? You can look at page 12. There is a table. And we have now reception and more than 300, so what is the number of rooms?
Grand meeting hall.
Yes, the answer is a grand meeting hall. And the last one, what is the special request? Try to think about who will come to this press conference. Does anyone know the answer?
Pick up anyone.
The media and the special guests will come, so Sally, do you know the answer?
Refreshment.
The special request is preparing refreshments and guiding the special guest. So now let's welcome Zoe to talk about scenario 3.
Thank you. This is the scenario 3. AE company will welcome a guest speaker from a foreign nation to give advice on marketing strategies. And around 40 employees will be attending the speech. And speaker has sent you his PowerPoint file and requested that you set up necessary equipment and play slideshow when he presents. And the event will start at 10 in the morning and is expected to go on until noon. Now you know the scenario. Let's fill out the form together. The scenario is AE company will welcome a speaker from a foreign nation to give advice on marketing strategies. And the date will be September 18th, 2018. And the name of the company is AE company. And the event type is speech. And does know the table arrangement type? Yes. The correct answer is theater. And does anyone know the number of people?
40.
Yes, it's 40 people. And does anyone know the number of rooms?
Large event.
Yes. And what is a special
You need to
request?
repeat the correct question. Yes, the answer is large event room.
Yes, the answer is large event room.
Good.
And what is a special request?
Audio represented prepare lunch.
Yes. Now let me give a floor to Dora to
Please repeat the correct answer. Let's go back to the slide. Yes, the correct answer is
Yes.
audio equipment and
Yes.
prepare lunch. So
Yes, the
please
cor-
repeat.
Yes, the correct answer is prepare audio equipment and prepare lunch.
Good.
Now let me give a floor to Dora.
Good.
Thank you. Now let's see the scenario 4 together. AUT's company is holding a semi-formal meeting for executive supervisors for the company only. Some business issues will be discussed over dinner with a briefing at the very beginning. And 10 people will be included in this meeting. Now let's fill out the form together. The scenario is Dora's supervisor is holding a semi-formal meeting for executive supervisors for the company only. And the date will be September 18th, 2018. And the name of the company is NUTC Company. Event type is semi-formal meeting. So now, does anyone know what is the table arrangement type? Sally, can you answer the question? Correct. The answer is boardroom.
Good.
And the number of people. Correct. The answer is 10 people. And next, the number of rooms. Gigi, can you answer the question? You can check the table on your page 12. The answer is compact events room. And a special request. You can check
What
the
does that mean? What does it mean by compact event room? Could you explain?
compact event room.
When you see compact, what does that mean in English? Is it big or small?
Small.
Small. Okay. A compact car. If you want to rent a car, they will ask you a large car, a family car, or a compact. Whenever it comes to compact, it is always small, and the smallest maybe.
Thank you. And a special request. You can check the scenario 4. Lauren, can you answer the question? Correct. Prepare refreshment. Preparing dinner refreshments. Okay. After we go through the scenarios together, next we have a Q&A section. So if you can answer the question, please raise your hands. Question 1. Which picture is theater? Correct. The right one is theater.
Next time, mark up A or B, so they can say A or B instead of this one or that one. Very
Okay.
confusing. A, B, or 1, 2.
Thank you. And which type of table arrangement are they? There are 2 pictures. They are similar, but they are different. Then,
The left one is reception and the right one is banquet.
one is reception because it have the cocktail table, and the right one is banquet. Next, if the computer doesn't work, how to deal with the problem? Stay calm, correct. There are a lot of solution you can choose. Correct. Prepare the handout of the PowerPoint. Now let's see the answer. Stay calm. Use an assistant. Have backup plans. Prepare handout of PowerPoint. Give a 10 minutes break to fix the problems and have a practice. We provide these 6 solutions that you can follow when you're facing the problem. Now let me give you a brief conclusion. After our presentation, I believe that you all understand how to book venues and what are the functions of different kinds of meeting rooms. Besides, we know that we have to prepare the equipment and the backup plans before meeting. So this is the end of our presentation. Thank you.
You need to announce that. Now we are going to listen to your comments.
Now we are going to listen to your comments.
Are you ready? No? Okay. 5 minutes? Okay. 10 minutes. 听看到了来。
可以了。对。它只有直接，
你按暂停就要按全部，
它没有暂，
按暂停就好。
它没有暂停。
按是的。
对。然后直接行动。
Group 2 to make their comment.
你就开始啊 ，Let's welcome. We don't need to turn off the light. We don't need to see anything. We need to see them.
Hello, we are Group 2. Now we are going to give the comment to Group 1. And I'm Sharon, this is Sophie, and this is Sammy.
Excuse me, you need to give me your official Chinese name. My list doesn't have any English name here.
Oh, okay.
Chinese name is your official name. This is a formal occasion.
I'm Sharon, Zhang Yanli, and this is Sophie, Cai Xingzhe, and this is Sammy, Li Pengting. Now I'm going to in charge of the introduction part and the individual performance. Then Sophie will continue to talk about the individual performance, and at the end, Sammy will give the comment on the PowerPoint and give us a short conclusion. Now I'll start with the individual performance. I would like to talk about Queena's part. She always wears a big smile on her face when she stands on the stage. Also, she used the pose efficiently so the audience can hear what she's going to talk about. Besides, she also used the gestures to let the audience know what she's going to talk about next. And this is the end of my part. I'll give the floor to Sophie. She will continue to talk about the individual performance.
Now I'm going to talk about Zoe's part. She talked about many details about the meeting room, and she told many differences between a meeting room too. And next I will going to talk about Dora's part. Dora's voice is enough, and she always have a smile face, and she's very professional when she's acting the customer service. And this is end of my comments. And now I'll give the floor to Sammy. She will talk about the all group members' performance, and finally she will make a short conclusion.
Okay, first of all, I think they all speak very fluently and loud enough. And the best part is they always keep a smiling on their face. And the music they are playing now is make us very relaxed. And the PPT of the topic and the picture is loud enough for us to see, and we can know their topic clearly. And finally, they make a vivid ending. And this is the comment we give to Group 1. Thank you.
We need to do the next group. Now we're going to go to group 3.
Okay, now
This is a meeting. Keep the ball rolling.
we're now giving the floor to group 3.
Hello everyone, we are group 3. I'm Eileen, Li Yingxuan. This is Cherry, Xiao Yingjie. This is Catherine, Xu Yazhu. First, I will talk about their content. And next, Cherry will talk about their stage performance. And last, Catherine will talk about their PPT and interaction and take a conclusion. First, I think they have their content is very clearly, like the type of the meeting room. They take a list to explain the room's difference, such as banquet has a cocktail, reception has a cocktail, but banquet is not. Also, the discussion questions have great answers, such as question 2. They give us 6 solutions to solve the problem. For example, have a plan B, or stay calm, or take 10 minutes to solve the technical problems. This is my part. This is the end of my part. Now take a floor to Cherry.
I'm Cherry. I'm going to talk about their stage performance. First of all, Quina, she talks smoothly and her pronunciation is very good, so I can understand her words. And next is Zoe. She used her hands to point out PPT, and she didn't miss her line, so she is very fluently. And Dora, her voice is loud enough so I can hear her from back. And also she maintains strong eye contact. Furthermore, I think she used her poses effectively. And I think all of them stand straight, look very professional. Also, they speak without rushing. I can hear their voice clearly, so I think they have good stage performance. That's the end of my comment. Now I will give the floor to Catherine.
I'm Xu Yazhu Catherine, and I will talk about the PPT and interaction, and then I will give a brief conclusion. In the PPT part, we think that your PPT's content is clear. For example, they use the picture to show us about the difference between 6 types of table arrangement, so we can understand it clearly. And when they are performing the conversation, they put the lines on the screen so we can understand it. And second, the interaction, we think that they have a good interaction with the audience. For example, they prepare the Q&A part, so we can review the information we just learned. And in conclusion, we think that Group 1 did a good job. And after their presentation, we learned the different types of table arrangement, and we know how to order the meeting room. And let's give them a big hand. This is the end of our comments, and let me give the floor to Group 4.
Hi everyone, we are Group 4, and our group members are Judy Guo Huiyu, Kelly Zhou Qi, and I'm Sunny Xie Wenxin. First, our comments are divided into 3 parts, which are delivery, stage performance, and PowerPoints. And now I'm going to be in charge of the delivery part. First, all of the members have good pronunciations, and their volume is loud enough to be heard. And they all look professional and confident, even when they feel nervous. And also they use transition to connect it with their speech. And next, let's welcome Judy to give the floor.
Thanks for Sunny. Now I'm going to talk about their stage performance. I think their stage performance is very good and stable. I like their stage performance for three reasons. The first one is because they always keep smiling, and the second one is they have eye contact with all of us, and the last one is they remember their lines, so they speak fluently and would not stop in the middle of their speech, so we can understand their content easily. Now let's welcome Kelly to talk about their PPT.
Hello everyone, I'm Kelly. There is no doubt that they really make an effort on their PPT. They give us the main points to show us that in the activity one that we can understand what they were going to talk about next. And they really give us really information in the discussion parts that what equipment you need to acquire in the meeting room, like microphones or PowerPoints, so that we know. So in conclusion, we really learned a lot from the group 1. So let's give them a big hand. And next, I will give the floor to the group 5. Thank you.
Good morning, we are group 5. I'm Sally Lin Jiayu. This is Gigi Taminchi, and this is Ellie Luan. Our comment divided into 3 parts. I'm in charge of serial part, and Gigi is in charge of discussion question, and Ellie in charge of activity and conclusion. First of all, I want to talk about group 1 scenario part. From their performance, I learned the situation we will meet when booking, and we also learned how to solve the problems and note what kind of detail we should notice. And let's give a floor to Gigi.
In my part, I will talk about their presentation of discussion question. They discuss about 2 questions. One is about the equipment we should request, and the other question is about technical problems. In the first question, equipment we should request, they give a list of something we should notice or we should need to put in the room, or when the meeting is continued, we should put something there. And the other question is about technical problems. They also list some problems we may meet and tell us how to solve it. So I think they are considerate to tell us these things. Now let's give the floor to Ali.
In the beginning, the group has surely explained the differences of the meeting rooms. So in the activity part, we can know how to choose a suitable meeting rooms, such as if we want to hold a press conference, we need to choose a reception. And if we want to hold a speech, we need to choose a theater. And also, before the end of the presentation, the group also gave us a short review of the speech. I think the short preview and review is very suitable. Let's give them a big hand. This is our comment. Now I will give the floor to group 6.
6, and I'm Jay. This is Zhang Bojie, and this is Jun, Zhang Yanli. Li. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And the next one is Anna, Wang Youhua. Okay. And I'm in charge of the introduction, and Jin will talk about the personal performance, and Anna will talk about their whole performance. And first, I begin. Before I start my comment, I would like to thanks their impressive performance. And in my comment, I have two parts to talk about. First is about their vivid introduction. First, Queen, give us a vivid introduction. She always have her beautiful smiles and have her enthusiasm in the speech, which make us want to focus on the following introduction and their speech. And the second part, I think that they are very successful is about their outline. They have a clear outline of the following speech, and which make us clearly know the next step they are going to talk about, and always keep us in the right track of their speech. That is about my personal comment, and let's give the floor to Jun.
I'm Jin, Lin Yanling. Now I'm going to talk about their personal performance. First, I want to talk about Zoe. Her voice is very soft, and her organization is well planned. Also, the main point she mentioned is very clear. Next, I want to talk about Dora. Dora always have a big smile on her face. Also, she is very confident about the whole content. Also, she speaks loud enough so we can hear clearly what she is talking about. Next, I want to talk about Quina. Quina, her voice is loud, so we can hear what she is saying. Besides, her pronunciation is good. Also, she speaks very fluently. Now, I'm going to give my floor to Anna.
Thank you, Jun. I'm Anna. I'm going to talk about their whole performance. They give clear explanation for each part. For example, in the part of warming up, they give clear comparison for different venues, so I can understand their differences easily. And in the part of conversation and activity, they give complete and concrete scenario with role play, and so I can understand the content soon, and they memorize the script of dialogue very well. So I admire their performance today. Thank you for giving us such a great presentation. This is our comment. Thank you. And now, let me give the floor to Group 7.
Hi everyone, we are Group 7. Today we are going to give the comments on Group 1. My name is Lauren Shi Yuxian. Here are my group members, Fanny Wang Fangyu, Cindy Wen Minghui. Today we divided our comments into 3 parts. First, I'm in charge of the vocabulary. Fanny will focus on their stage performance. Cindy will talk about the presentation structure and give us the brief conclusion. Now let's start with the vocabulary.
That's a very good introduction. Could you rephrase that? Could you repeat your introduction again? And please tell me what's so good about her introduction. You are Asian, right?
Yes.
Okay, please repeat your introduction.
Hi everyone, we are Group 1. Group 7. Today we are going to give the comments on Group 1. My name is Lauren Shi Yuxian, and here are my group members, Fanny Wang Fangyu and Cindy Wen Minghui.
Okay, stop here. She introduces from herself, and that's the way low context cultures people speak. You start from yourself. That's why I is always capitalized. Some of you introduce your members first and then come back to you. The sequence should be you first and continue.
We divided our comments into 3 parts. First, I'm in charge of the vocabulary. Fanny will focus on their stage performance, and Cindy will talk about the presentation structure and
Okay,
give us.
let's stop here. Did you notice anything in this introduction? Martine, did you notice something?
She has surely preview others. 什么东西？
In what way? Bo Jie, did you hear anything?
Lauren here show what parts they were in charge, and she told she let us know who were in charge on which parts they were
That's
going
what
to.
most of you do. But what is noticeable or different from the previous group?
Divide.
Divide?
She say she divide 3 parts.
Okay.
Uh,
Could you repeat it again? Listen carefully. Focus on your verb.
Today we divided our comments into 3 parts. First, I am in charge of the vocabulary.
What is the verb here? She is in charge of something. And next one.
Fanny will focus on their stage performance.
What is the verb here?
focus.
Focus on. Did you change it? Yes. And then the third one?
And finally, Cindy will talk about the presentation structure and give us the brief conclusion.
What is the verb here?
Talked about.
Did she variate? So you see the variety. Not just talk about. In charge of. Don't bombard your audience with the repetition. So she's careful enough to rephrase and use the variety in her introduction. Okay, continue please. Let's hear her begin.
Now let's start with the vocabulary. I like the way Zoe, she explained the vocabulary. She used her own words to give us the explanation and differences between the vocabulary. And all of the explanation are easy and clear for us to understand. This is the end of my comments. Now I give the floor to Fanny. She will talk about the stage performance.
Hi, my name is Fanny. I'm going to talk about their stage performance. In the speech, their voice is loud and audience can hear clearly, and they also have eye contact and interaction with audience. For example, they ask questions and give us correct answer. Now, I'll give the floor to Cindy. She will talk about their presentation structure and give a brief conclusion.
Very good.
Hi everyone, my name is Cindy. I'm going to talk about their presentation structure, and then I will give a brief conclusion to you. First of all, I think they give clear introductions to audience so that we can know their presentation clearly. Like they use menus and they mark the page number for us so that we can find it on the book. Also, their PPT use pictures so that make their presentation become more vivid. Also, they catch the it's easy for us to catch the main point of their presentation. And I'm going to give you a brief conclusion. In conclusion, we have talked about three advantages of their presentation. First is vocabulary, stage performance, and then the presentation structures. I think they did a really good job, and it's really impressive speech. Let's give them a big hand. Okay, then.
To the next group, you're going to give the floor back to group 1.
Next, I'm going to give the floor back to group 1.
Sure. Thank you. Are you seeing how the procedure is? The ball must keep going. While they are still discussing, let's get back to our textbook. They didn't mention this, so we turn to page 9. In the middle, we read this. Our meeting facilities cannot be booked by phone. Did you see that? Want to change the slide? It's not comment. Inside story. Feedback.
The best comment.
After that, after everything is done, your inside story, your reflection, and then the best comment.
Now Zoe and I will talk about the inside story of our presentation. The first meeting was on last Wednesday. We studied the textbook together and try to find out what we should present in our presentation. And the second meeting was on last Thursday. We developed all the information we need and the PowerPoint. Then let us give the floor to Zoe.
Please give me your Chinese name again, not the English nickname.
Let me give the floor to Zhiyong Zoe.
Good.
And now I'd like to talk about we discuss and modify our slides on September 16th, and we rehearse and check the PowerPoint again on September 17th. And this is our inside story. Let me give the floor to Dora.
Hi, I'm Zhang Xuchen, Dora.
Good.
And we think group 3 give us the best comments because they divide the comments into 4 parts. The content, stage performance, PowerPoint, and the interaction. We think it's the best comment. It's because we are group 1 and everyone still think that we did a great job. So we think it's very 感动 touching. Now let me give the floor to Queen.
is Liao Ziting Huinan. I really like Cherry's comments of our presentation. First, she said that I am very fluent and I have the good in pronunciation. And also, we start our presentation without rushing. I'm very happy after hearing these compliments because I have studied English for so many years, but I seldom receive this kind of compliments. So I'm very happy about that. And Cherry also talked about Zoe have a great gestures when she is presenting, and also all three of us are very fluent in the presentation. And the next one, Cherry thinks Dora's voice is loud enough, even though Cherry is sitting on the back, but she can hear Dora clearly. And Dora also have great eye contact and good gestures. Now let's give the floor to Zoe.
My name is Wu Zhirou Zoe, and I would like to talk about Irene and Kathleen comment. I like their comment because Irene said the content is clear, and Kathleen think that presentation is our explanation is clear enough, and the table arrangement have comparison, and there are lines on the screen, so the audience can understand what we are with our conversation. And Kathleen also said that we have great interaction in Q&A. And she also said the conclusion is good. So let's give a big hand to Group 3. Now let me give a floor to Group 3.
If you were chosen as the best commentator for the week, you earn extra 2 points for your final grade. So where's the tip? Congratulations, you earned extra 2 points already.这个快是要靠point，他们是 best commentator。看录影带就知道这群人是被选出来的。Thank you. Guys. There are 3 of them.
I think Group 1 to choose us as the great commentator. Thank you.
再讲一次。
Now we want to listen. 刚才很多人在忙着讲他自己的 comment， 根本没有在听你们讲，根本不知道你们讲的有多好。
Okay.
You need to convince us you are really good.
Hello everyone, we are Group 3. I'm Irene Li Yingxuan. This is Cherry Xiao Yijie. This is Catherine Xu Yazhu. First, I will talk about the content. Cherry was in charge of the stage performance. Last, Catherine will focus on the PPT and interaction. Well, in my comment, I think the content is very clear, like very clear. Like the type of the meeting room, they take a list to talk about the meeting rooms, the 6 rooms difference, such as reception has a cocktail, but banquet doesn't have. Also, the The discussion questions give us great answers. Like question 2, they give us 6 solutions to solve the problem, such as text down, or have a backup plan, or take 10 minutes to fix the technical problems. This is the end of my part. Now, take a floor to Cherry.
Hi,
Give the floor to Cherry.
Hi, I'm Cherry. I'm going to talk about their stage performance. First of all, Krina, she talks smoothly, and her pronunciation is very good, so I can understand her words. And Zoe, she talks fluently. She didn't miss any her lines. And also, she used her hands to point out PPT. And Dora, her voice is very loud enough, so I can hear her very clearly. And also, she maintains strong eye contact. And I think she also used her pause effectively. And I think all of them stand straight, look very professional. And so I think they all have stable stage performance. Now I will give the floor to Catherine.
I'm Catherine Xu Yaju, and in my part I will talk about the PPT and interaction, and then I will give a brief conclusion. We think their PPT's context is clear for 2 reasons. First, they use the picture to show us the clearly difference about 6 types of table arrangement, so we can understand it more clearly. And second, when they are acting, they put the lines on the screen so we can clearly know what they are talking about. And about the interaction, we think that they have a good interaction with the audience. For example, they prepare the Q&A part, so the audience will feel like we are also participating in their presentation, and we can also review the information we have just learned. And in conclusion, we think that Group 1 did a great job, because after their presentation, we can learn every type of table arrangement, and we will know how to order the meeting rooms. And let's give them a big hand. And let's give back the floor to Group 1.
Your feedback? What you have learned from this presentation, or what do you want to say to your audience or to the teacher? This is your insight story and your feedback. Share your feedback and make a formal ending, and let's call it a day.
Hi, I'm Zhang Xuchen, Dora. I would like to give a big hand to my partners. And this is my first time to work with them, and I think they are good. They are good members to me. And besides, because I think I can work well on PowerPoint. So Zoe says she can do this work, and everyone know that she did a good job. So let's give a big hand to Zoe.
Very good feedback.
And now let me give the floor to Quina.
I think 3 of us and all the audiences did a very great job. And we are Group 1, so we have only about less than a week to prepare this presentation, but I think we did a very great job in spite of this short period. And I think Dora's thinking is clear, and Zoe is very considerate. She's considerate, and this is my first time to work with Zora and Zoe, and I really have a great time. And this is my feedback. Now let me give the floor to Zoe Zhiro.
Thank you. And I think I am very happy to work with them because they are very thoughtful. And then thank you for giving a lot of compliments. And in this presentation, I learned how to collaborate with them. And thank you. And this is the end of our presentation.